Okay, and if people accept us faster than we accept ourselves, that's true.
Something of that nature. And I'm coming to your church. We got to do a relief concert. Hands down, we've got to do this, man. We got to do it for the community.
Don't rush, slow touch, brown and white. Like I go country, grab and buy. We can go bust, eye for eye. We can lose trust. White rum, fizzy pop. Where you they go, we they go up. Catch my vibe, let me go off. Blam the trash, man it's so tough. Alright yo, put the belly on the body, make a cut.
Keeps performing miracles for me. He keeps on doing amazing things.
You're a man of your word, yeah. Here we go. This is what it says. All things are possible when we believe. Old chains are breakable when we receive Yahweh. You keep your promises. If you said it, we believe it. If you said it, hey. If you said it, we believe it. Hey. Yeah. If you said it, we believe it. 'Cause you're a man of your word. If you said it, we believe it. Oh, 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 oh. If you said it, we believe it. You're a man. Say, you're a man of your word. Hey, say,
Yeah, all things are possible when we believe, and old chains are breakable when we receive Yahweh. You keep your promises. If you said it, we believe it. If you said it,
if you said it, we believe it. If you said it, we believe it. 'Cause you're a man of your word. If you said it, we believe it. If you said it, we believe it. 'Cause you're a man of your word. We have this confidence. You finish what you started. God, you have never failed. You won't stop with me. You're present in every step, patient in every heartache. God, you have never failed. You won't stop with me. Oh, oh, oh. Everybody rock, right? Hey, hey. Hey, one time, say, yes, if you say it, we believe it. Hey, yeah. If you said it, we believe it. Why, y'all? You're a man of your word.
Ah, yeah, bye. Nah, of your word.
welcome to the good news.
Do me a favor, y'all. It's one love. All of us in this thing together.
Happy Thursday. When is it Thursday?
I always check the computer.
Oh, the computer's right.
I'm sorry. I always check the studio camera.
Happy May 28th.
My mama made 90 yesterday.
Hey, Michelle.
Oh, what's in Michelle there? What's up, Rob Green? The name of that song is A Man of Your Word. Oh, and I know that I am. Oh, I am. Growing. Sorry. He's a man of his words. Oh, yeah. Marco. Oh, yeah. Ready. You're a man of your words. Sing your own. Said he's gonna do it for you. It's written in stone. For this, he will finish what he started. Oh, yeah. Oh, what's up, Michigan? You believe it? Oh.
Father, tonight we thank you for being the promise keeper. Tonight, oh God, we thank you for being a God who can work in impossible situations. For you declared that you are the great I am, that you are the Lord who is strong and mighty, that you are the Lord who is mighty and that you are the Lord who is all sufficient, always providing, always healing, always delivering. That's the God that we call on tonight. Come into the wounds of where we are tonight, God, and be the great I am. Fulfill every need, God. Lift up every head that is hanging down. God, go in and touch every heart that is heavy, every person that's dealing with depression. God, bring a light to their situation, bring a smile to their faces. God, I believe that you can, because you said that if I have confidence in you, you will do exactly what you said according to your word. Now come in, Yahshua. Be the Lord God that you are, the great I am that's blessing the earth, that's healing the land. We thank you tonight. And we give you praise. We say that you are a God who works in impossible situations. We thank you and we praise you in Jesus' name. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. That's who you are.
Speaks over me. Speaking speaks over me. I am what I am. He's a man of his word. Yeah. Tonight's gonna be a great night. In a few minutes, we're gonna introduce you to some people that we know beyond a shadow of a doubt They're going to change your lives forever. From literally zero,
Okay.
from delivering pizzas
Mm-hmm.
to running multi-million-dollar organization.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you how to get there.
Sure.
Because we climbing.
Oh God, yeah.
Everything going higher.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to just put this on the screen, everybody. Just put this on the screen right now. My money is going higher. Just say that. My money is going higher. My money is everything. Everything is ascending.
Oh yeah. It's a move.
It's a move.
Yeah, and it's an upward move.
Mhm.
It's an upward move. We're ascending. We're getting up. We're lifting.
Mhm.
We're looking up.
Mhm.
You know, we declare out of Psalms 121 and 1
Mhm.
that we're going to lift up our eyes to the hills.
Mhm.
And then we came back and said out of Psalms 122
Mhm.
that we are going to imagine
Mhm.
the place in which we are going. You know, and then in Psalms 23 we declare that any sickness that the enemy tries to put on us cannot hurt us.
Yes.
You know, but tonight, Bishop,
Mhm.
we
Mhm.
want to pray
Mhm.
for
Yeah, we want to
a
pray for the
situation.
for the George Floyd situation.
Yeah. Mhm.
Progressively worse. Jogging 1 minute,
Mhm.
tased
Yeah.
for no reason in another,
Yeah.
and now a grown man, crying for his mother,
Mhm.
praying for his family.
Sure.
The hurt and the pain that has riveted this nation
Mhm.
in the midst of Corona
Yeah.
and all that we're dealing with. We're
Yeah.
praying for people who are hurting in this season, who
Sure.
are going through in this season. We're praying for George Floyd, and we know that justice shall prevail.
Amen.
But even in the midst of it, we don't not acknowledge it.
Mhm.
Okay, we still got to say, God, I'm acknowledging it, but I'm still climbing.
Yeah.
We taught this morning in Psalm 125 and 1, because they were singing these psalms as they were ascending up the mountain. He said, those who trust in the Lord are like Mount Zion, never shaking,
No.
lasting forever.
Oh yeah.
I am stabilized.
I am stable. Oh, I like that one.
The ground around you can be shaken.
I like it.
All stuff going to hell.
Oh, that's my great. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
But I shall not move. I am stable.
Shaking all around me.
Yeah. I might look rattled, but
Yeah.
on the inside of me,
I'm going to talk to all the people who got little kids in the house and they're shaking everything up. God said, you're going to be stable.
Sure.
Your nerves going to be stable. Your patience going to be stable.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And they're singing.
Climbing. Singing and climbing.
Singing and climbing. Going to another level of thought, of awareness.
Sure. Absolutely.
We all going to another level of
Yeah.
consciousness and spiritual sensitivity in this season,
Amen.
because God has forced us what? To go
Inside. Yeah.
So as they're climbing up this mountain, they're singing the psalms on the way to Pentecost. Ooh, Sunday.
Yeah. Oh, Sunday is Pentecost Sunday. It's the
power
It
and the
represents-
energy and the strength.
yeah. When the glory of God, when the fire of God fell on them after Jesus has been resurrected.
Mhm.
You know, he said to his disciples, I will not leave you comfortless.
Yeah.
So they were waiting for this.
Yeah.
They were waiting for this like we are. We're waiting for this Pentecost Sunday because we know it's going to be like one we've never had before.
As they're climbing, they're singing the song. They get to Psalm 126, and they said, when the Lord changed Zion's circumstances for the better,
What you say?
it was like we had been dreaming.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. He said, look at you sitting up. He said, God is going to change your situation and it's going to be just like you dreamt it.
It's going to match my dreams?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying?
It's going to match your dream.
My situation is going to match my dreams.
My situation,
Now, wait a minute, Bishop. You don't know the kind of things I dream.
I know. My
houses
situation.
that I did not build.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I did not work for.
Yeah.
That God said, get rid of. He said, schools.
I see
Somebody
schools.
says, land you getting work for. God's gonna make somebody. God's gonna tell somebody and say, just take this off my hand, please. Take this property off my hand. I don't know what to do with it. I know you know what to do with it. And then you go turn around and bless it.
Oh, you gotta know how to turn around and bless the
Look,
world.
I need all my dreamers to wave at me. It's just I'm dreaming.
I'm a dreamer.
I'm dreaming.
Oh, that
Your
Joseph
circumstances are about to match your dreams.
That is so good. That is so good.
Verse number 2.
Mhm.
Our mouths were suddenly filled with laughter. I heard my friend Bishop Noel Jones preach this. I'm a preacher guy since I gave him credit for it. He said, God's about to make you laugh.
Oh, God, yes.
God's getting ready to bless you in such a way that you are going to bust out laughing. You're going to be sitting up laughing while they're all over the thing. He said, he's going to make you laugh.
Mm-hmm.
He said, and your tongues will fill with joyful shouts. He said, it was even at that time among the nations that everybody will say, the Lord has done great things for them. You're making it personal.
Oh, it is. In this season, everything's personal. Everything is personal. Yeah. Everything is, you got to hold down your part, you know, and let God do a work
personal
on you. I'm taking personal ownership of me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
He said in verse number 4, he said, Lord, change our circumstances for the better, like dry streams in the desert waste. He said, God is getting ready to change the circumstances for the better, like streams in the desert. Streams. When I thought about streams, I thought about something we talked some time ago out of the book of Genesis, where they had 4 streams going into the garden.
Right.
And God says in this season, if we're going to get to the place He wants you to get to, where He's getting ready to bless you and make you laugh, you're going to need at least 4 streams.
You can't move by that too fast. You said that God is going to bless you and make you laugh. We can't run by that, especially in the time in which we live. We need to know that God is looking for us to bless us and make us laugh. I hear the Lord saying that the Lord has been looking and longing to be good to somebody. Tonight, God has found you and He's going to make you laugh. Oh, yeah.
He said He's going to water you like streams in the desert. 4 streams. One stream of income will keep you broke. One stream of income will keep you broke. You will have only a job. And a job is designed to do just what it says. J-O-B, be just over broke. 2 streams of income will probably pay your bills. Probably pay your bills. 3 streams of income could make you rich. But riches are fleeting and they will go away. At least 4 streams of income will make you wealthy. This is the Savan season. The season of wealth. And so we brought some wealth experts along to teach you how to get there. I want you to meet the Landrys now, the Loves rather, now introduce you to the Landrys. Receive the Landrys, everybody. What's up, everybody?
Hey, I like that. You got the love to the Landers. I like that combination, baby. That was a good L still stay up. Hey, Bishop, what's up? Friend, what's up?
Hey, First. Hey,
What's
Bishop.
going on? Love you both.
This connection has been alive for a long time. We've been connected to this family for a long time, and we have watched them matriculate in the area of personal finance. And I'm going to let them kind of explain that. But I believe in this season that God said He's going to water us like streams in the desert. These are the people that's going to teach you how to get your water running. How to get your streams running.
Keep your water on.
Yeah.
I love it.
Antoine, what's up with you, man? Talk to us for a little while. What's going on in this season with us? What do we need to be doing? How do we get to the next level financially? We're going to sit back and learn from y'all for the next few minutes. Teach us how to get to the next level.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, first of all, let me just say, Bishop, Pastor Fran, we appreciate y'all even inviting us to the show, man. I'm learning so much already.
Cool.
Bishop, you said something about in this season, God's going to give stability with your kids. And I'm saying, man, I must ain't heard that from God yet. My kids tear stuff up right now.
We talking to
What's
Bishop.
he talking about? I must have missed that class right
It's coming. It's coming.
But they all tear stuff up. But it's a beautiful thing, though, man. But it's always an honor to share with our family from the city of love. And so you're talking about 4 streams, right? And to kind of piggyback and run from that, Bishop, you know what I thought was interesting, and I've been learning this the past couple of years for a lot of people, that we hit a season economically where the multiple streams of income idea was it was popular. It's even popular today, but like, you know, everybody was on that one thing, and then we hit this world, I guess through the social media wave, we hit this multiple streams of income. And so everybody was like, man, I got to do a bunch of stuff, right? But on the subject of wealth, though, Bishop, what I realized was what a lot of people don't take into account is that if you study any wealthy person, it doesn't matter if they're white, black, old, young, male, female, but if you study any wealthy person, a high multi-millionaire, you know, they call them decamillionaires, right? People that make over 10 million plus, or even the $100 million people, or even your billionaires, right? One of the things that I think we got to kind of rewind the clock and go back to is that everybody you know who's anybody that significant, before they got to the multiple sources of income wealth, they all were known for something first, though, right? And what I think a lot of people miss in the element of multiple streams of income is that before you get to multiple streams, you got to be known very well for one thing. Like if you like, and y'all know I'm a sports person. I'm gonna give an example, right? Today you take like a Magic Johnson, right? Magic Johnson is a multi-millionaire. He's a multi-businessman. Magic Johnson has a portfolio of businesses, right? From the Starbucks chain to the Magic Theaters, right? To real estate portfolio. He's got multiple businesses today. But everybody say, but who was he known as before he got access to all that stuff? Well, we knew Magic from basketball, right? He mastered his craft in basketball, and from the name and credibility and significance he gained in mastering that one thing, right? Man, he got access to sit at different tables to get in different realms of going to, after the game of basketball, going to the real estate game, or going to the Starbucks franchise, or going to the Magic Theaters, right? Or you take somebody like a Michael Jordan. Today, yeah, Michael Jordan is a multi-business person, right? Man, he's a billionaire. Even if I'm throwing a popular name, take somebody like Jay-Z. There was a thing when Jay-Z crossed $1 billion net worth. They did Pastor Fran, they did a chart to show people. They did a chart to show people how his billions combined. They did the alcohol part, the record label part, this part, that part. But then I said, wait a minute. But before Jay-Z was able to sit at these tables to get the multi-million dollar, what was he known for, though? And when I say known for, I don't mean like I know his name. No, you're known, like you have a high value. You have a high value for your name and the product or service you provide. Like you're known for this. But we knew Jay-Z from rapping, right? In the music industry, he was known for that. But Bishop, he reached the height of success in the music business. And from the height of success in the music business, his name started carrying weight. So now other business-minded people start saying, wait a minute, what if we bring Jay-Z, the name, to this table? Now he's part owner in the NFL. That never happened. Like if you go, that never happened. Now he's able to take advantage of another stream of income because of what his name. You, like the Bible said this, right? Your gift will make way for you, right? That's when I feel okay. But what I think we got to get people to start realizing before you do multiple streams, right? What are you a master at first? Like, what are you a master at? are you a master, right?
I'd rather be great at one thing than good at two.
Yes, yeah, and I think because we got the bunny hops. Y'all know that's a song, right? The bunny hop, right? Dot, dot, dot. We got the bunny. Man, people got the bunny hop, and what you're missing is, wait a minute, before people start bringing you to $1 million tables or high 6-figure income tables, watch this. Yes, they have to like you as a person. They got to like you as a person, right?
big.
But they also have to respect you as a professional. That's who people want to do business with. Yeah, they do. Like we've been in a Bishop, you know, we've been in a financial service. It's been over 10 years. I every time I think about it, you say God gonna make you laugh. That's something we laugh about. It's like, man, 10 years didn't go by, but a decade. But when you start looking at professions that you want to pursue, my thing is, and I tell it to my team all the time, find something that you
Love to do. You could be great at
yeah,
it.
You like to do it, but master it though. Go through a season of mastery. Y'all in the spiritual, y'all master it. You're mastering it.
Study to show yourself approved. Study your craft. Study your craft. Study your craft. Master that.
Yes, because what happens is you get a name. This is the secret to making a lot of. You get a name. And when your name starts ringing for being known, for being really, really good or master at that one thing, now the tables of opportunity or the windows of opportunity open up to where, watch this, Pastor Fran, the other sources become easy to make money in. Yeah, you might have to put work in to build the original name. Yeah, but when people are bringing in the table, they are bringing it to the money.
Let me ask you a question, Siobhan.
Yeah.
I want to just get a little bit of your story and tell people where you came from. How did you kind of get to this place where you are now? Where did you come from first?
Yeah, this mindset.
You know, I started off a couple of years ago as a single mom before I met Antoine, right? And I think my whole world was trying to make sure that I could give her the best life possible. That was my motivating force, that whatever I could do to give her the best life possible. I know y'all know she was a preemie, so she came in the world fighting for her life. So I feel like you kept your end of the bargain by fighting to stay here. I need to keep my end of the bargain by making it worthwhile, right?
Yeah.
Always been my driving force. I knew I wasn't going to be able to give her a great life with just a job. I already had figured that out because I had a job when it was just me and it wasn't enough. Does that make sense? But I knew once I brought somebody else that wasn't going to get the job done, right? So I said I needed to do something. You know, I had talked to my boss. I said, listen, I'm going to need some time off. My baby is sick. She said, Siobhan, ever since you had this baby, and let me tell you something, Bishop, when she said that, I didn't know where I was supposed to be in the world, but I knew I wasn't supposed to be there, right?
Yeah.
I stayed home with my baby, just like most working Americans just pretty much did in the last few months. Was just unexpectedly laid off, no money coming in, no money saved, with a mouth to feed, lights I need to keep on, food I need to keep on the table. And I was just like, Lord, I need you to send me something. You know, like I can't go this long without making income because I worked hard, but I realized as hard as I was working, I wasn't saving nothing. So wait a minute, well, I'm literally gonna have to work myself to death. Like somebody asked me a question, they said, Siobhan, how long you been waitressing? I said, I'm doing okay. They said, how long you been doing this? I said, since I was 15. They said, you've been working for 10 years? I said, yeah. They said, how much have you made and saved in the last 10 years?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. That question right there pierced me like never before, because before that question, I felt like I kind of had myself going in a little, a little bit, right? But when he asked me that question, I realized, dang, I worked a decade and didn't have anything to show for it. And how many more decades did I have to make that mistake? Right?
That was a reality check there.
And I think everybody at some point in their life have to have a defining moment when they say, at this point, I'm going to have to max out every single hour. And so I started just part-time, just trying to figure this thing out, just learning it. And that's what I think is the best thing to do. I always say, if you have one source of income, that's like you hopping on one leg. You can only have it so long, but eventually you fall financially, right? So you have to at least start the game off with 2, at least, because now you can stand on 2 feet.
Right.
You can use your job to pay just your basic bills, and then you use your extra source of income that you're starting to get your foot in the door to learn about money, to learn about the things that you love to do, to learn how to create another source of income. And that's what I did. I just started off part-time, and I tried to just learn this thing. And man, you know, it was the running joke. Like, how could this girl whose account is always overdrafted be talking about she's about to pursue a career in money? I mean, God will make you laugh, huh? You know.
Siobhan, I have a question, Siobhan. What would you say to society now that we've gone through this whole pandemic, and you have some businesses that have not worked since it started? What would you say to them? How do they get ahead? How do they continue to climb, you know, and get to the top of the mountain, knowing that for the last 3 months, nothing's been coming in?
You know, my advice has been to everybody that if this season has not taught us anything, it has taught us that we have to always be thinking creatively. We have to be always thinking, what is the next way that I can turn my business on another level of creativity? How can I reach another group of people? How can I expand to another market so that they can see what I have to offer? You know, another thing I was telling people is you got to make sure that the business that you give your life to, because when people start businesses, I mean, they pour their hearts into it. Every dime they have, every hour they have, every free moment, they devote their life to it, right? And I've been telling people, if this haven't taught us anything, you have to make sure that you pick an industry or a business or something that's timeless. Something that won't go out of style, something that won't be just put out of business just like that, right? A lot of businesses aren't coming back because it was just for that moment, but now you have timeless businesses that will survive this. Does that make sense? We start looking at other sources of incomes, other businesses. You got to look at something that could be timeless, something that your kids can take over. It'll still be relevant at that point, right? And their kids can take over. That's something important that you have to do. And I think most part, though, especially for business women, we have to be resilient. If you came here to play this entrepreneurship game, then you have to understand that this is only the strong that are going to survive here, right? It's only going to be the women that say, you know what, I understand I have to multitask. I understand I have to get the kids in the tub and do this. But guess what? I'm going to stay up later or wake up earlier to get everything I need to get done from my business. I'm just not, you know, I told my team one thing going into this season. I said, I don't know what this season is planning on doing to us, but I could tell you what we plan on doing to it. I said, we are coming out of this, and not only are we coming out of this, but we're coming out of this on top. You understand me? I don't know what's going on, and I care not to listen to the news. I'm staying inside, right? I said, but I can tell you, we are coming out of this, and we're coming out of this on top, because the devil meant for bad, God always has a way of making it for your good. So if you stay positive and look for new creative ways to stay on the cutting edge move of business, man, let me tell you something. This season has allowed us to expand in so many states. Just across states, just like that. You know, our predominant market was Louisiana. New Orleans had 400,000 people in it. Louisiana had 4 million people. That was our predominant market, right? And we were in 5 states before this. Now we're in 13 states because of the pandemic. Let me tell you something, because I said we were coming out of this. So I think entrepreneurs got to get bold at speaking to the season that they're in. Like, I'm here to play. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving until I get what I came here to get. And I don't care what pandemic, what recession, what is coming my way. I'm not backing down, because at this point, I have too much invested. And another thing that moms have done, we have made promises to our kids. And listen, kids don't care about pandemics. They still want those promises fulfilled. You understand that? So we understood that no matter what has to
they always kids, 23 years old, 25.
They said that's it. You got to make good on those promises. So you have to work no matter what's going on and just get creative. It was meant to push us to, I think it was forced growth into new territory.
Yeah.
We were supposed to be in several states anyway.
Yeah.
We were supposed to do that anyway, but just like that, he did it in 2 months, something that we should have done a year ago. You understand?
Right.
So I think if we look at this thing right, an entrepreneur is always looking for a way to turn a bad situation into a great one, to turn a lemon into a lemonade stand. I mean, that's just what we just got an optimistic, just an outlook, a positive outlook on it. So I think for sure that is the route to go. And I know businesses are suffering and not where they want to be, but they have to understand that businesses go up and down. They go up and down. But let me tell you something. I will take a bad season in business over a good day at my job any day. You understand that? You understand?
Oh my God. Okay,
I'll take a black and extra small.
I'll take a bad day in my business than a good day on my job.
Any day of the week.
Yeah.
Any day of the week.
Okay. Here is where most people
This is
get
good.
stuck.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And that is, I don't even know where to start.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What do I do? I don't even know what in the world to do right now. Okay. I believe the first step I take is call y'all. Okay. Call you, connect with you all, because you need a coach in every area. A guy was preaching at our church, and he told us this when I don't often quote a lot of preachers, but I quoted this particular preacher. He said the difference between LeBron James and a guy that's in the park is that LeBron James has a coach. Remember that guy?
You know that guy? You know that guy?
Huh?
I wonder who.
Yeah. Antoine Landry taught
I wonder who said
Antoine
that.
Landry taught Antoine Landry taught me.
He loves sports.
Yeah.
Hey, Bishop. So watch this. Okay, so watch this. So I think the first step, and this is spiritual, even though we're talking like a wealth thing, this is spiritual, right? When God created the heaven and earth, he started with the end in mind. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I tell everybody, whenever you start your get money or get wealth journey, okay, first establish this. This is the question I ask everybody. My question is, when you think about the lifestyle you want to live for yourself and the financial future you want to provide for everybody you love and care about, right? Like sometimes, like you talked about dreams a little while ago, we really got to sit down and think about that. Like in order for me to do the things that my heart really wants to do for the people I love and care about, right? The house I want to buy, the neighborhood I want to live in, the school I want my kids to go to, being able to travel the world, expose my family to all that God has created. $1 million question is, how much money? This is where you start. How much money do you think you would need to start making on a monthly basis, right? In order not just to maintain a family. We've been maintaining for too long. Like we're masters of maintaining.
Yeah.
Like we don't need to prove to the world no more that we can take, we can, I did this analogy there. Y'all remember the Tar years ago, Stretch Armstrong?
Yeah.
Right, remember Stretch Armstrong? That was like a little bit before my generation, but Stretch Armstrong, right? Man, you're not a stretch nothing. Like, man, you get 2 checks a month. Man, they putting you in an action figure situation. You like Stretch. I'm not Stretch Landry. No, I'm not trying to take 1 check and stretch that for weeks. No, we got to start thinking with all the God-given potential and talent we got. What does that dollar amount look like? Is it $7,000 a month? Is it $8,000 a month? Is it $10,000 a month? We've got to identify the end. No, in order for me to do the things I need to do, take care of my responsibilities and provide the future I want, what is that dollar amount? That's where the journey starts. Once you have the dollar amount of what you're working towards, then Bishop, you evaluate 7 things in your life. 7. Say 7 after I get the dollar amount. So let's say hypothetical person said, man, you know what? In order for me to do what I need to do, I need to make $10,000 a month. Yes, I'm saying $10,000 a month. I'm not about to have a conversation with you about $1,000, $2,000 a month. We serve a big God. We can't talk small and you serve a big God. Now, let's say $10,000 a month, for example. Give me an illustration. Once you do that, evaluate these 7 things. 1, evaluate the industry that you're working in. In order to make money in this country, you have to pick an industry, right? Whether you work for a company in a particular industry, like an employee, or whether you buy a company in a particular industry, let's say like a franchise owner, or whether you invested in a company in a particular industry, like a stockholder, or maybe you started a company from scratch, right? Like you're going to build it from scratch. Okay, watch this. You got to evaluate the industry. Number 2 is your relationships and influences. right? Relationships and influences. This is something you reevaluate when you think about that number. Relationships and influences. Number 3, evaluate all your connections, right? Number 4, evaluate all your networks, right? You know they got a lot of people in the world who like to name drop, right? They like to name drop. Like, I know this person, and I got a friend do this. And I said, wait a minute, man. If you're gonna do it big time, man, you don't want to be the person that name drops. You want to be the person whose name that other people drop. Like, no, right? That's my thing. I want to be the name that other people drop, right? But you got to evaluate your networks. Number 5, you evaluate your work experience in work environment. There's a lot of people who have years of work experience. Evaluate that. Number 6, you evaluate the value of your education. See, there's a lot of people who know stuff about a lot of stuff. Only problem is it doesn't pay. Right? You know a lot of stuff, but it doesn't pay. So number 5 is work, evaluate your work experience. Number 6, reevaluate the value of the education you have. And number 7 is where I'm gonna get people right here, Bishop. 7 is the number completion. Number 7 is your daily routine. We are all the products. And this ain't we are all the products of what we do from the time we wake up to the time we go to sleep 7 days a week. That's who we are. I don't care what you are, what you do from the time you wake up and go to sleep. So watch this, man. I say I want to make $10,000 a month, right? In my thing. Well, I look at all those things put in the pot and I say, wait a minute. As good as I may feel about all those things, as comfortable as I may be, I got to stop and say, wait a minute. With all those things tied to me, it doesn't produce 10 grand. And we have got to be willing to make adjustments to the industries that we in. You've got to be, look, I don't love nothing that underpays me. I'm sorry. I don't have a love for that. I do not love things that underpay me. Right. I think people know how, Bishop, people got fetishes. They got foot fetishes and fruit fetishes and food. Listen, you got to get, seriously, some stuff, I said this to a team a little while ago. Some stuff you have to let go, right? In order for God to make it grow. But if you ain't willing to let certain stuff go, God ain't gonna make it go. You got to be willing to let. You don't need everything, right? You don't need everything, right? Sometimes you got to let go. And then the third thing is this: you got to connect with somebody who's already successful in the thing. Enroll with them for in the spiritual world. Yeah, they say the armor. No, you got to do that. Like we got too many people starting stuff from scratch with no help. That is not how you get rich or how you become successful. For a season, you submit yourself to somebody who's already mastered the thing you're learning.
Yeah.
That's the secret. Man, I want to make 2,000. Man, find somebody who's making that money, living the life, and you submit to it. I don't mean like not in no weird way, but you submit to the leadership. You gotta have it. There was somebody who taught us the business. Now, guess what we did? We took what was taught to us, and guess what we did? We raised it to another level. You bet your bottom dollar we did. But at the same time, we didn't create anything from scratch. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. There's so many people starting from scratch. The question to you is, who have you submitted to? What mentorship have you submitted to for a season? Right. So you can get all the intricate this, and this my 3 steps. Find out the money we talking first, because a lot of y'all are great people. You're just in the wrong industry. Right. Second thing, get them 7 things on the paper. Some of y'all gotta let go. Some of y'all gotta let go of some relationships. I always say that, bro. Man, some of y'all got broke relationships, man. It ain't got nothing to do with money. It has everything to do with the mentality of the people you're around, your environment. Like, one of the things I love about Steel, you promote the environment. It's an environment. We are all products of who we are around. Does that make sense? No, you've got to get to I'm gonna say something for y'all. We always talk about the importance of being around positive people. Positive. You want positive. And in the years, I said, wait a minute. Positive could mean I just comfort you, right? It's so everything. That's positive. It's all right. She got some mood here. It's positive. But if we talk about going to another level, we talk about going to the level. You know what relationships we should seek? Progressive ones.
Yeah, but see, that's the challenge. Because progressive often means, in the case of Michael Jordan in The Last Dance, sometimes I gotta push you. I gotta push you sometime. And see, that's the place many times when we get a little bit leery of wanting to go to the next level. Siobhan, tell us, because we need more of this. There's nowhere in the world we can sit here for an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours and get all that you all have as mentors in this particular area. How can we get more of you all?
For sure. I think you guys, social media is our world right now. We're in a virtual world. Nobody is coming to our headquarters right now, right? Our headquarters is located downtown at 935 Gravia Street near the Superdome, right? And it is gorgeous, but it is gorgeous and empty right now. So right now you're going to be contacting us on social media. On Instagram, my page is Mom Wife Boss. And then Antoine's page is The Locker Room Legend. We're on Instagram. Come and talk to us, because I think that everybody seeks a coach in every area of their life. Like when they want to lose weight, they get a trainer, right? When they want their hair done, they go to the hairdresser. When they get sick, they call a doctor. It's like everybody has that person for that area in their life. But when it comes to money, we hide and we try to do it and fix it ourselves, and it takes so much longer. And then it's like, I didn't know I had the wrong type of this. I didn't know this insurance was wrong. I didn't know that this wasn't invested right. And we waste a lot of time, right? And so I always tell people, you get a person for every area of your life. If you get a financial coach, listen, you will really plant your feet in a position to set up some things that create generational wealth. Not just for today, not just for today's family, but for the family that's going to carry your name for generations. One thing that I like to say to my team is you have to have an after me attitude. Like after me, there will be no struggle.
That's good.
With this last name. You understand me? Like after me, they will never know lack. After me, they will never be forced into choosing from the bottom. They will only be choosing from the top. You understand that? After me, they will only know just abundance, and they will know that it's unlimited after me. That is something that I chose to do, right? But that attitude comes with a certain level of responsibility that I'm going to probably be the trailblazer and probably have to do some work that some people are not willing to do. But if I'm the chosen one, and if I put this work in after me, they'll never struggle again, then it's worth it. So you gotta get connected with a financial coach. You gotta get connected. You know, when building a financial house, you gotta know that you have the right kind of everything that you have. You gotta know that you're making the right decisions today, because you don't want to find out 2 years, 5 years, 10 years from now that one little small tweak could have made a huge difference in your financial house.
And when you do what the Landrys are teaching you tonight, this is what's next for you. We in Psalms 126:5, we couldn't have planned this way. God says, when you do what the Landrys are teaching you out of Psalm 126:5, he said, those who sow with tears shall reap with songs of joy.
I received that.
Y'all are about to go into a season where you will get ready to reap in joy.
I received that.
Give it up for the Landrys, y'all. Y'all give it up for the Landrys. Much love to y'all. We love y'all.
Appreciate y'all for having us. See y'all later. Let's make it happen, team.
Much love to y'all now. All right. Y'all, we've been talking about it all week. God been setting us up all week. This is a Savon season. You are getting ready to reap because you are getting ready to sow. Whether you're sowing tears, whether you're sowing your finances, whether you're sowing, you better learn. One thing I know about the Landrys, I'm gonna let them testify. They are givers, aren't they?
Now I told my team, Bishop, let me say this. From sowing, right? This is something that I live and die by with my team. I told them that I remember not being able to sow, like not even $1, just not like, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to just find $1. Let me just get something in the ground. And I remember looking up, and I told my team one day, I said, y'all, this year we sold you don't have to say that amount, but I said this year we sold, and it was 3 times more than what I was making annually as a waitress. 3 times more than what I was making. This doesn't even count his income. But I remember that year, man, we were going through the taxes and the guy, and he pulled up everything. And I was like, that's how powerful it is growing. The growth that's connected to sowing, because you can't outgive him. You just can't outgive him. So no matter what, it's coming back, and it comes back in the forms of not just money, but it comes back in a form of favor, connection, grace. It comes back in so many forms that when you can't answer it, you just know it was in connection to the sowing. Yeah. You just know it had something to do with what you put it. You just know it was a harvest, and you can't harvest when you haven't sown anything. So it's like we pray for all of these harvests and we pray for big harvests, but we don't even sow just a little bit. And I tell people, listen, one thing when you start making the money, look, make sure you're sowing, make sure you're paying tax, make sure it's just part of what you got to do, because it really changes.
This is a testimony. In the first year we made over from our business, made over $500,000. She said, we went to the tax person, and you look at all your stuff, right? All your stuff. But when the church give you your slip, right, to show you all. This is real stuff. This is the testimony for somebody. In the first year, we made over $500,000 in our business. When the tax person did the stuff,
it was down to the cent.
We tied that year $50,000.
Yeah, it was down to the cent.
Now, is that not crazy?
You were tithing. You evidently were tithing before you had to be tithing before the $500,000 came through.
But I thought that was
come through.
That was amazing. Yeah. I said, man, you couldn't have planned that. To the 10th.
It was down to the 10th.
I said it was unbelievable, man. Yeah.
A prophetic word on your seed tonight, and that whatever is sown tonight and fall in increments of 5, that joy is going to be released. We've sown many seeds in this season, but this particular seed has an assignment, and this particular seed is going to release joy into your life. When you start jumping and dancing and spinning around, and I'm telling it to you as God is giving it to me from his throne, you are going to start to jump and dance and spin around, and you are going to remember that it was the seed that you sowed on May the 28th at Thursday night at 8:22. This seed is going to come back to remind you that they that sow in tears will also reap in joy. This, Antoine and Siobhan, is what you have been talking about. You've been talking about the pressed down, shaken together, running over blessing. But you had to start somewhere. We talk about 5 is the number of favor. Ladies and gentlemen, sow your seed today. Don't miss your opportunity to have an explosion of joy take place in your life. Everything that's connected to your money is getting ready to laugh. I promise you. Every drought, every place is getting ready to say, you know what? I'm giving you your money back. God has promised tonight that the seed you sow is going to release joy in your life. Trina's already sold a $50 seed. Right. Clara H., we see you sowing in increments of 5. Whatever your 5 is, do it tonight. There is an anointing on the seed you sow tonight that is going to release joy all over your situation.
Bless you, Coach. Bless you. Bless you. And bless you to the Landrys, man. Thank y'all for being on with us. And y'all are incredible. Y'all know we love y'all. And looking forward to y'all on the top of the mountain.
See you at the top.
Yeah, you're right, man.
Y'all have a good
love
day.
y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Stay tuned.
Oh, that's some good people there, man. Oh, did y'all learn something today?
So good.
Good way to go out of church. Stand to your feet, show your neighbor hug of love for this place. Yeshua, bless you. Bless you. Bless you, people of God. People still giving.
You remember this one?
You'll remember this one. She's been playing this song all week. Running up and down in the house. Tearing up my meetings.
It's the only way I'm going to get to the top. My praise is pushing me.
Shout out to the Landrys. Make sure y'all go follow them, please. Mom Wife Boss. Okay? Mom Wife Boss. And because he was a locker room legend, that's got to be his name. Killer crossover, yeah. Smooth with it, nice jumper. Leave his hand out there a long time. Long. He's walking out, walking on the court like this. Hand, long. Glad you enjoyed tonight. We'll see y'all tomorrow right here, 7:30. Called Good News.
Good news, but in the morning.
11 o'clock.
In the morning, when we rise. At 11 o'clock tomorrow, we have prayer and fitness. Jimmy G has been bringing it. We get right to it. It's only 15 minutes, from 11 to 11:15. I promise you, it is the best transformation and burn I've gotten in a long time. But guess what? I'm already seeing the results. Join us every day from 11 to 11:15. It's a Zoom call and it's free, and everyone, men and women and children, are invited.
Psalm 126 said, "Those that sow shall reap." That's right, basically what it's saying. And you will too. We love y'all. Have a great day. See you tomorrow morning for prayer. 6 o'clock. Love y'all. Have a great day. Love, live, and inspire. See you tomorrow. Good news.